Last few lectures, I have discussed IoT in various applications, or how we can use IoT in various use case applications, right? So now, from today onwards, I'll start with the architecture and the what are the components are required and how we can design the IoT platform. This I will start, and in upcoming lecture I will also show some demo. So how we can design the IoT device. Okay, so sometime I internet platform and this thing I cannot able to show you, but somehow we can design normal IoT platform that I will show you in upcoming lecture. So whatever applications I have discussed in last lectures, so based on those applications I will show you some demo. So before going to the demo, what are the components and what is the architecture of IoT? This we need to discuss. Okay, so for IoT architecture that is divided into four parts. Okay, one is the physical layer. Okay, next is the network layer. Physical layer, network layer. Third is the middleware layer. Fourth is the applications layer. Okay, these are the four main layers are important if you want to design the IoT architecture. And apart from this thing, there are the three layers, okay, which is associated with in this four layer, but the function of these those three layers are little bit different. Okay, so one is the fog computing layer. So for in this fog computing layer, so this is associated with the data processing. Okay, this is associated with the data processing. From the data processing, IoT can get a new information. Okay, so from the fog computing layer, so data processing can be done, and from if you do the data processing, we can get some information related to IoT in the fog computing layer. Okay, so next is the business layer. Business layer is normally associated with the this middleware layer or application layer. Okay, in case of the business layer, that is mainly in this layer. Normally, you have to take some decision. Okay, IoT device or IoT platform can take some decision based on some business requirement in the business layer, right? So next is the decision based on business requirement. Uh, Third one is the security layer. So that means it covers or secures all the devices only. It covers all the devices or it secure all the devices. Okay, that is the security layer. Right, now come to the these four layers: physical layer, network layer, middleware layer, and the application layer. Okay, so the physical layer, that is normally bridge between, okay, real world and the digital world. Okay. Real world and digital world. So physical layer, that is a bridge between real world and the physical world, right? So in this physical layer, two main parts, okay, in the two different directions. One is the sensor and another is the actuator. Okay, so first is the sensor, second is the actuator. So Sensor, that is normally input is physical layer, physical signal. In the sensor, input is physical signal, output is electrical signal. So if we give a physical signal into the sensor, it will give the output, electrical signal as a output. For case of the actuator, opposite phenomena. So input is the electrical signal and output is the physical signal. So what are the physical signals you can consider under the physical? And so normally in environment, whatever thing you can see, the temperature, pressure, altitude, boiling point, and these things comes under the physical signal. Okay, and apart from this, anything, human body temperature and the environment temperature, pressure, road condition, if you want to take some image and video, these are come under the physical signal. Okay, so if the computer and any processor, they cannot analyze those physical signal, so this physical signal should be converted into the electrical signal. Okay, this physical signal should be converted into the electrical signal. So that's the sensor is required. Okay, so after those electrical signal, that will be transferred into the next platform of the IoT architecture. And in case of the actuator, okay, actuator, that is what I told, input is electrical, output is physical. So input is electrical, output is physical. So whatever, so after giving the electrical signal to the other part of the IoT architecture, so IoT architecture will give some modify electrical signal based on the business requirement. So this modify electrical signal should be converted into the again physical signal. So under this actuator, what are the main example you can consider? Robot, motor, these things comes under the actuator. Some action need to take. Actuator means some action need to take based on the sensor input. The IoT processor should be take some action. Right. So this is the this is about the sensor and the actuator. Next, come to the network layer. Network layer. So again, you can think the network layer, that is the communication between this physical layer and the middleware layer. Okay, so if you want to transfer the sensor or whatever the data coming from the different source of the sensor, those sensor data should be transferred into the processor. Okay, and that processor, it may be in the your computer or it may be in the cloud. Okay, so for that you need the network layer. Through this is a channel through which the sensor input should will be transferred into the other part of the IoT ecosystem. Okay, so and I again in the previous lecture also I have already told connectivity is one of the important part of the IoT. Okay, so this connectivity is associated with the network layer. So under the network layer, various protocols are required. So first we think about the LAN or Ethernet. Previously, LAN and Ethernet are used in the various applications where you can use the network or connectivity, right? So normally the Ethernet used for the fixed IoT device like a video camera. Okay, so here if you want to capture the some image or footage and that is connected, so by using the video camera, so if you want to transfer those data to the IoT processor, you can use the Ethernet. And LAN normally used in an entire building. So in industry, so if you want to transfer data in various devices, for that the LAN local area network is required. Next come to the, this is the previously this normally these two platform are used for the network layer. So next is the Wi-Fi. Okay, so Wi-Fi is widely used for IoT device, IoT platform. Normally, you can use transfer the higher amount of data and at higher speed. Okay, by using the Wi-Fi, you can transfer the higher amount of data at higher speed. Higher amount of data at higher speed, right? And so that means you can have high data rate and the lots of data you can send through the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is normally used in various IoT application. Okay, home automation, temperature controller, smart refrigerator, anywhere you can use the Wi-Fi. And after that you can think about the Bluetooth. Okay, so these two, what are the main difference between this Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth? So you can use the Wi-Fi for a long, not long distance, medium distance. Okay, but Bluetooth you can use for the small distance. Okay, small distance device, for small distance device you can use the Bluetooth, and you cannot send the higher amount of data through the Bluetooth. If you need, if you want to send the a few amount of data, okay, within a short distance you can use the Bluetooth. Okay, few data and short distance, and short distance you can use Bluetooth. Under the Bluetooth, one low power device is available now, that is called Bluetooth low energy device, BLE. Okay, short form is the BLE under the Bluetooth. If you want to if you want to decrease the power loss, and so for that you can use the Bluetooth low energy device, that is come under the Bluetooth. Okay, so for the short distance and the few amount of data. Next is the Zigbee. Okay, Zigbee, that is similar to Bluetooth, but it has high security facility. If you want to send the data which should be secure, so for that you can use Zigbee. As compared, you can use Zigbee and you cannot use the Bluetooth. Bluetooth is not proper secure. Okay, if you want to send the secure data, for that the Zigbee protocol is required under the network layer. And apart from that, another is the low power wide area network. Low power wide area network. So this is also same as the Wi-Fi connectivity. Okay, low power wide area. So this is same as the Wi-Fi connectivity you can use for the long distance and the low power communication, and as well as the it has the long lifetime. Okay, so low power wide area network, LPWN. So it has the high lifetime, long lifetime, low power consumption, and you can use for the long distance communication. Okay, and next is the near field communication. That is normally used in the range between 4 centimeter to 10 centimeter. This is also same as the Wi-Fi connectivity, but it can use in the range between the 4 centimeter to the 10 centimeter. And similar to the LAN, there are the connectivity area networks are PAN, B, and body area network. Body area network means this kind of the connectivity you can use implement on the human body. So if you want to take some data from the human body area network. So local area network, that is one of the network connectivity, and Apart from that, the wide area network is also available, and PAN, personal area network, is also available. That is depends on the how many devices you want to connect. So if you want to connect the entire devices which are available in a one building, so for that you need the LAN connectivity. And PAN is for the some few room. If you want to connect the internet for a few rooms in a one building, for PAN is required. And wide area network is, so that is the larger than LAN. So it is associated with the geographical area. Wide area network is associated with the geographical area. Third component is the middleware layer. This is. So here data processing, mainly data processing, data merge and storage. And storage. These three things can be done by the middleware layer. So for that, so many data normally are gathering from the different resources or different sensor, right? So these data should be converted into the generalized format. Okay, so for further processing or analyzing, so various unstructured data you can get from the various sensor. Okay, so by using the middleware layer, you can convert those data into the generalized format. Okay, so under this middleware layer, there are the two parts. One is the data accumulation and the data perception. Data accumulation means after gathering the data, this data should be structured. Okay, unstructured data should be converted into the structured data and the generalized format. Okay, by using the data accumulation. Okay, and next is the data perception. Okay, one is the under this. One is the data accumulation. Okay, here you can convert the data into the structured data. Okay, next is the data perceptions. In this data perception, you can convert, you can group all the different structured data in a one place. Okay, grouping and the combining can be done by the data perception level. Combining and the grouping. Okay, so these two things can be done by the data perception layer. So combining in different kind of the structured data or grouping different kind of the structured data in a one place. Last is the application, and data processing is also can be done in the middleware layer as well as the application layer. So some data processing can be done in the middleware layer along with the data merge and data storage, and some data processing can be done in the application layer based on the business requirement. Okay, so here also data processing based on business requirement. Based on the business requirement. Okay, so what are the requirements that you can based on different application or based on the business requirement, the data processing can be done. And after the data processing, you can take, you can visualize those data and you can take some immediate action. Okay, along with the data processing, data visualization. Data visualization and decision. The decision also that is normally related to the business requirement. So for this visualization, you can use different software or tool, and this application layer is available in the normally available on the computer, on the laptop as an app. Okay, so suppose the mobile app for home automation controller. Okay, this is one of the application layer. You can visualize the different sensor data and you can take some decision by using different analytical model. Right, so these are about the main architecture of the IoT. So I will discuss in brief in coming lecture related, which is related to the IoT architecture.